Yeah, because like it's gonna go for a bit, and no one's really gonna be alerted that we're live for a bit. But it is going to like record and stuff
But you
like
can, but you can put a Radius server in place. You can do all this
that.
fun stuff with Intune. You get all that stuff into Azure. All this stuff can
Hmm.
be. You don't even have to have your workstations in an Active Directory. You could do this without an Active Directory.
I understand that. Especially and I thought about going that route considering like I have less than like 25, like I got 25-ish users, so I don't really need
Hmm.
an AD server. But I just kept it to myself, if I don't put this groundwork in and then need one, I'd rather just have the groundwork done while it's easy.
I have
Yeah.
to tell you, it's against what I do,
Hmm.
but we have been putting people directly into uh, companies with like 500 users
Hmm.
to 5,000 users,
Hmm.
all just going straight into Azure, and their workstations are managed by Azure.
Hmm.
They don't have an on-prem active. Well, they have an on-prem Active Directory, but it's very rarely used for anything.
I don't want it
And
on Prem Mac
they're using
Directory.
Duo for the synchronization up into the cloud instead of using AD Connect for some reason.
Yeah. I
Nobody
don't
knows why.
I don't have any on-prem servers. I
Mhm.
asked for some on-prem servers, but when they tell me the location I would have to secure with the on-prem servers, I realized I would eat up most of my budget trying to set the server to be secure. So I was like, nah, cloud's fine. Let's try to eat this budget up right now. Anyways, with that red light is I believe we are live now as we sit there. Yeah. So yeah, this is the uh like cool talk that we talk behind the scenes. If you're you know, you're a key holder on low key, you get to hear that kind of. But by the way, who are we and what's going on? Welcome to another exciting episode of Low Key on the Wheel of Tennis Networks. My name is Harry, aka the Moving Target. Here on an amazing Monday night, we are back. We took some time off because we had things going on in our personal lives, so we decided to use some of our PTO and took some Mondays off. But we're back here for tonight. But as you guys know, I do not fly solo. I always bring a nice cast and crew with me. So tonight I have, since he went off camera, we'll do him later. But we'll go with Vincent, breaking tradition. Vincent, would you go ahead and say hi to the people?
Well, I didn't know we had PTO we could use for that Monday. I mean, I
Whoa,
was
whoa.
sick. I just thought it was fine. It's like if I knew I had PTO, I would have definitely cashed that in.
First off, this is an American company, so yes, you can only use your PTO for sick days. You don't have sick days.
You said PTO. That's some paid time off. So
no, personal time off. I don't read this paid word for. Fine. I'll pay you 25% of the low key Patreon for that month.
Neat.
Yeah.
You get a percentage. You don't get the full amount, but you do get a pay. You get some paid time
off. Great. When we go to dinner, I'll have you pay with that percentage for me. Yeah, it totally works.
You just have to cover the rest. That's all. What it doesn't cover, you got to take care of.
Yeah.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Harry
you get a glass of water.
Can pay through advancement, as though he's going to pay me in the future.
Whoa, there's no advancements here. We're not doing it. Yeah. But anyways, the other person you hear on the radio on the microphone is Ryan Hold. Go ahead, say hi, Ryan Hold.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. Get ready for the adventure we're going to run on for the next hour.
Oh yeah.
Well, like
I'm trying to be somewhat exciting, but I just don't have it in me really. I'm sorry.
It's fine. Like I really like because we were talking about like different tech stuff before, which I really wanted to get into is like as I've got a whole list of things that I really want to do some more of these Reinhold Explain episodes. More of there's things that happened in the past that I don't want to really research myself or.
Well, it's fun stuff. I'll tell you what's fun is I've spent the last 2 days watching a lot of Chernobyl stuff. So.
Oh my god!
Oh, man, love getting into that.
All right, I'll pick your brain about that. But the couple of things I did want to talk about was like, who the heck is the Weather Underground? Retouch on Citizens United, because every time someone talks about Citizens United, I keep like thinking I don't have a good grasp of what the heck is going on. Like, because I kind of like I grew up remembering this case, and it's just like it just doesn't sound right.
Almost nobody remembers it. Nobody gets it right. It's the bad part. Is that so many people get it wrong, and it's just frustrating.
Yeah.
Because the Citizens, I'll just real quick. Citizens United did not say that corporations were people. It did not say that. It never said that. That's never been a thing. But that's what everybody keeps saying, and it's just horribly dumb.
And really smart people say that. And I just get like, man, am I wrong? Did I read it right? So did Reinhold explain on that?
Mhm.
To really figure out, am I wrong? What's going on? Like, well,
Hey, Ron.
and then it's like, let's see, there was that. I had like 3 others. I had like 5 different, like, written down somewhere, like, of different Reinhold explain episodes I need, put in the bank to I need Reinhold to
Right on. I need you to research this for me because I know you'll explain
you
it.
need to research this stuff. That's the fun part. Is you don't think I could just start right now and go into it?
just go
Probably
into it.
could.
Just
Bro, probably several of them you could.
Oh man, the other one is I've got this really cool video. I want to I'm gonna hold in the bag. Either like wait till like one Monday that Vincent doesn't want to fly with us because it's this libertarian talking about like his definition of the nap, and it's completely for from our episode, and just having you react to it.
I'd love to do that. It'd be great. I've been doing it. So there's a lot of things out there I've been seeing where it's just like, somebody puts out this video and everybody's like, oh, this is a great video, this and this and this and this. And it's just like, do I have to go through this video and break it down where they get everything wrong and why and how they're making you think that they're right because of the little linguistic propagandic twists and tricks that they use? And it's just like, no, this isn't this. This is the facts here. This is where they get this wrong. And because they're building on a base of wrong, everything else above it is wrong. So that's what I keep wanting. The only problem with that, and here's the problem with that, I end up having to watch a lot of bad videos. I gotta watch.
Rhino
things
probably
like,
hates it. Probably hates it so much. Watching terrible.
It's hard. It is hard
without being able to yell at them in their
watch
face.
Ben Shapiro videos. I mean, I gotta watch a Ben Shapiro video. No.
Yeah, exactly, Brian. Building on a base of rotten foundation.
Yeah, backup Reinhold, aka Brian, ethnic last name, says building on a base of wrong. Yeah. Hey, if you want to go off and react, I watch a lot of bad content too, and the idea of like I could just watch a lot of Tim Pool content, because beanies stick together, so I can just just do time codes and be like, oh man, Reinhold needs to react to this.
See, like that's where we massively diverge. You guys do that. All of yesterday, played in the background of my day was a YouTuber who did a almost 5-hour video on the game Cruelty Squad, which if you look at that game, it makes your eyes want to bleed because of the art style and how it's done. But the dude there was so much to delve into for it to be 5 hours long.
Oh my god. I don't know what this Cruelty Squad is. I've seen Cruel Intentions, so I don't know about that. Brian goes, isn't that pretty much everything else on the internet? I'm guessing with all the React content. Yeah. Either you're making content,
stuff building on a base of wrong.
Oh, building on, or both.
Combination of the two.
Yeah.
Oh, everybody's going on about this RFK Jr. thing. It's just like, don't you understand what he's doing? It's so bad, you guys. Oh,
like
that's how we end up. I posted a thing today. I forget who it was. McCain, I think. She said that the problem with America today is that we just keep electing idiots to office, and I'm just like, exactly is what's happening. That is the exact problem.
I don't want to
line, but she's right.
I don't want to agree with her. Don't make me agree with her.
Hey, stop clock.
Oh no,
Broken clock.
Brian goes, RFK Jr. Hugo Chavez did nothing wrong. Oh my god,
he did say that.
Oh god. Well, like
he also wants to come for your guns. Everybody's like, he is, you understand his uncle was killed by a gun and his dad was killed. And it's like, yeah, I get that. It says, and then there's a certain person who we know, and I'm not going to get into his name right now, had said something to the effect of, well, he's not wanting to come for your guns. He just doesn't want to have guns around him. And that's why he had the gun-free zone area. And it was all voluntary and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay. And then I show us a quote that he says that day where he says, if I become president and someone puts a gun control, an assault ban weapon ban bill in me, I'll sign it. I think it'd be great.
Yeah.
He is coming for your guns. You just don't want to believe it. That's the problem. You're not paying attention.
Well, Reinhold, all I want is common sense gun reform bill. I call it the no one is above the law bill. Being if you're a U.S. citizen, you have to, abide by all gun control laws in your area. You have no exemptions for law enforcement, federal, no exceptions except for military.
ICE.
Yeah. Only exception is military. So if you're a U.S. citizen and you're on U.S. soil, you're not.
I don't think police should have guns. They should definitely not be weaponized like they are now. Oh my God, this is a horrible thing.
Hey, if I can't have body armor, they can't have body armor. If I have to have 5 rounds in my magazine, guess what? You do too. Hey, all up for it. I'll drop the 5 and they drop the 5.
What I love is that what they'll say is that they'll say, well, we can't do that because there are going to be people who break the law and they're going to have all these big guns and the body armor and stuff like that. So our police, I'm like, well, if that's the case, what good's the law doing at that point? If people are going to break the law and you can't enforce it, what good's it do? Really?
That's fine. It's fine. This will be fine. Yeah. Anyway.
I'm a huge liberal. Remember that. That's what everybody tells me.
Well, yeah. Secret communist Reinhold. That's just what you are.
I'm the liberal based off of what liberal really means, not what we've perverted it to mean over the past 100 years.
Okay, all right. So I don't know if so this other YouTube channel, Adam friended and Stitch, PSA Stitch, they do a like a really cool show. I've showed it on the network a bunch of different times, and they had Anna Kasparison of the Young Turks on there, right? And she's talking about how she is like political homeless. She has the ideals, she couldn't figure out ones, and I just kept screaming like, "You're a liberal." Just a liberal. You're just a liberal. You're just surrounded by people who call themselves liberals and they're not. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Yep. Progressives and liberals are two different things, and nobody wants to understand that. That's why we had to say classic liberal. And it's like, we shouldn't have to say classic liberal. It's still the same thing. It's still liberal. It's just you guys want to call liberals commies and stuff like that. Socialists.
Yeah.
It's not the case.
Kumbaya libertarian, it does no good. So live and let live. Yeah. Big difference in progressive and yes, big difference. Like Chris Matthews always said, what's the difference between a Democrat and a socialist? And most people couldn't answer the question. I was like, I freaking answer this. Why is this question so hard to answer? But hey, that's why. You asked the wrong question. The establishment's guillotines come out.
You see Charlie Kirk today? That thing that just happened with Charlie Kirk.
No.
He posted a video. There's a Moms for Liberty thing going on, and some guy in a tank top and shorts was standing outside of their little area, and he's kind of prancing around carrying a trans flag, waving a trans flag around that. Okay. The police run in and tackle the guy because, oh my God, he's such a danger to people at this point. Get him on the ground and they're hog tying him or whatever. And he's like, this is what we need to keep doing. We need to put these people in their place and we need to end this stuff now. And it's just like, what kind of brain cells are you on? I mean, you're letting the quiet part just slip right out now. You don't even care anymore.
Mass clip movement. It's like, I'm authoritarian.
Let's celebrate police brutalities because you don't like the person because they're a disaffected minority. Geez, that sounds familiar. Like I heard about this 100 years ago somewhere.
Yeah. Kubiya Libertarian says there is zero logic involved in that. True. Yep. All right, let's try to get into the subject. We are almost 15 minutes into this episode, and we have yet to talk about what subject we really want to talk about today and get to these topics. So let's try to get to these topics because I'm
here too, guys. You guys talk about things I don't care about.
There are lesser shows out there. Some would call them greater shows that takes 30 minutes to get past their intros, but we're not them. Okay, we're better than that. All right. Brian's look on the arrest. I think the protester was reserved area involved, but of course, reserved areas of free speech are yeah. You can have that's the Canadian this why there's no free speech outside the United States because
it's not just that they arrested the guy. I'm like, okay, so he might be in the wrong spot, but I don't think he was. There's a whole thing about that, but it's the reaction of Charlie Kirk that
Oh yeah, yeah,
That's
Yeah,
what
that.
it's like. Oh, just
yeah. That mask off of church, of all of them, a lot of them, especially like the Daily Wire crew, like when their mask slip is like, haha, they've been higher than their fucking power level, saying this now they are, then boom, boom goes the dynamite, there they are. But
power level.
yeah, they're high at their
Yeah.
power level. Yeah, like they kept trying to go like, oh yeah, we're just regular YouTubers, we're building this up off of like subscription and stuff like that. But, like, oh no, you guys have $1 billion like investor. Stop the cap. Stop the cap. Come on, let's not play.
and that person's probably got a couple Supreme Court justices on fishing trips right now too.
Whoa. I won't have anyone going after any Supreme Court justices for going on fishing trips as long as Congress has the ability to do insider trading. F y'all. Screw you guys. We've got Supreme Court justices.
There are federal judges right now who have such stringent things they have to deal with on that.
Yeah,
the mere in possibility of someone thinking you might be tainted can get you off of case and everything else. And it's so strong. Yeah. And they look up the Supreme Court justice and it's like, yeah, we don't have to worry about any of that. We'll just do whatever we want.
Yeah, come on, stop the cap. Anyways, so since we have been
trying to get to 30 minutes.
No, since we have been gone, there's a lot of the things that we have brought up and talked about that we need to touch back up on, like the whole Reddit protest that we missed, and we brought up all that, so we need to go back and address that. The other thing I want to talk about, the Twitter rate limiting thing, because there's a cool event that was going on this weekend that got, to me personally, kind of ruined because of the Twitter rate limiting thing. But we'll get into those aspects too. Also, I do want to talk about the Netflix movie Pneumonia, Pneumonia or whatever it is. I watched it today. It's a pretty neat show. So let's talk about it. So
I'm still catching up on 4-year-old Chernobyl.
So Reddit.
Okay, so Chernobyl.
Oh my god.
No. So Reddit. Yeah. Go ahead, Vince. Go ahead. Talk. Speak. Like.
So on the last episode we did, it was right before they did the 48-hour blackouts. Right.
48
hours. They did it, right? They did the blackouts.
Some longer than 48. Yeah,
that's it. Some did the 48-hour blackouts, and afterwards they realized that nothing was happening, so they kept going.
Mm-hmm.
And then the CEO of Reddit goes, "Cool, I'm releasing all the mods in those channels. They don't have mod power anymore. I'm replacing you all. So you either black out this subreddit, or you're gone."
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And surprisingly, a lot of subreddits just came back online, and because they realized their little modicum of power was going to be removed from them, and they didn't want that to happen. So their way to try to continue protesting was changing everything to be around John Oliver for some unknown reason.
Yeah.
And even then, people just kind of went, "Cool, unfollow this subreddit, moving on."
Yeah.
So it didn't work. Those third-party apps are now gone.
Mm-hmm.
I watched one die in real time.
Oh,
it was very interesting.
Oh man.
Yeah. So they are now gone, and the CEO of Reddit was just like, "Yeah, whatever, it happens. We know what we want to do about this."
Mm-hmm.
And there's a bunch of things that did happen because of it. Like Mojang basically said they're not going to use Reddit for information anymore. Mojang being, the people who made Minecraft. So when they do Minecraft updates or any Minecraft information, they're not going to use Reddit. So,
which is Microsoft now, by the way. Right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So there's a bunch of things, like little things that could negatively affect them in the future, but for the most part, they don't care.
I heard something about them not going to cooperate and do any celebrity AMAs anymore.
That wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah,
because that requires a lot of press and things. And again, if they want to go public, like they're planning on, and trying to condense as much as possible for people to use just their app and this their information.
Yeah.
It makes sense because if people are going to start, like, why would they want to keep bringing celebrities and things that don't benefit them in any revenue way,
Right.
but just promote other things? So yeah, it did not work. Who would have saw that coming?
Yeah, they also did some like shady stuff because after that, some Reddit users decided to like, you know what, I want to delete my account. Please delete my account and delete every post that I've ever made. Which that was a great way to process it because like one of the values of Reddit is that the engagement, things that people have posted up there, have put up there. That was a huge, massive, basically the knowledge base of which makes Reddit powerful. And what Reddit was found to doing, it was letting people delete their accounts, but keeping their posts, keeping their information
archiving them. Yep.
Keeping it up there.
And it was a fun thing too, is that while this was going, so we had the show on the Monday night. On Tuesday, I was playing Guild Wars 2, and in the chat, in one of the zones I was in, people were complaining because they're like, I was trying to go to this link to tell me how to do this thing on the Reddit, and I can't get to it. What the heck is going on? And they were all complaining about it too. Just like it just blocked people's access. So the more you take off of it, the less useful it becomes, right? So
right. Yeah, exactly. Well, like, the other thing is like, so California has this law that so if you do want your information deleted off of Reddit, they have to take it off. You know, if you want it gone, this is your personal information, and they created like this crafty like way, like you have to delete each post manually, so you have to go into your user account and delete each post, forcing people to do that, which only certain people are going to do that.
Well, I mean,
that's not like a mass thing.
The issue is that was kind of what Reddit did anyway. So if you deleted your account, your posts would still appear. It would just be that Redditor was just deleted was the name. So the post still existed.
Yes, a deleted user or something like that.
Yeah. And then if the comment got deleted, it would say that the comment got deleted through other means.
Correct.
So that was still technically already a part of the thing. So lumping it in, while it does suck and people just want all their stuff gone, they just didn't help them do it better.
Correct. Yeah. You had to go to each one of your, to the post and just do it manually. But it also showed like they would just revert it back, especially if you had very useful information. It would just get reverted back. So which, could just be a thing like that, could be like a malware control or something like that. It just reverted you back because they just like, oh crap, someone's always posts been mass deleted. Let's just add it back.
Yeah, we just gotta make sure that somebody didn't get hacked or whatever.
Correct. Because especially right now with all like the cool like USB rubber ducky like hackathons out there. So this is USB. Honestly, I really love this one. I copied this one to my Git is this USB rubber ducky code that all it does is every time you open up your bash shell, it opens up slower each time. God, I want to hit somebody with that so bad.
You heard about the flip virus I had, right?
Yeah.
Back in 1980, blah blah, 88, 89 maybe.
But you just imagine that every time you try to open your terminal, like, man, this is just today is taking like it just progressively gets worse,
slower and slower.
I need to defrag my hard drive.
The only thing I could say about that for the blackout or anything along those lines is that the only thing that they did do was that if for third-party apps that were meant for like accessibility, so people were having like different kind of health issues, those didn't get hit with the same API pricings as the other places.
As of now.
Yeah, as of right now.
Because
they realized, oh man, our app can't actually help those people, so they're not going to use our regular app anyway. So might as well let them use it one way or another.
Well, it's also very much a PR thing too.
But especially going into like what is it like? Is it American Disability Month? July is? I think it is.
Hey, don't forget though. I just saw this today. Don't forget, April is Procrastination Awareness Month.
Oh my God. So honestly, like it's a sad turn of event for Reddit, especially for like the original founders, like even like
Mhm.
ideals of with it, like this is what it's going to be. But is that idea but they are going on this march to go public, which will be the true downfall of Reddit. I think they have this massive knowledge base. I think it's massive, it's huge, but I don't think it's not as much as they think it is. And I think the ad rates on websites and everything else is showing itself. Like, you probably don't want to have this information be public right now.
It's the worst time because
Right.
it's because ad rates are dropping like stones
Right.
for everything, podcast, everything.
Like this, like everyone thinks like, oh yeah, YouTube lowered its ability to run ads, to monetize your videos. This is so good. YouTube's helping out the end users. Like, heck no, they're watching people like us on our stream who's not at that point yet. But like, no, please put ads. Let us run ads in your stuff. We'll take
And Twitch. You saw the Twitch change to the amount that they're giving the creators now, right? They're giving them more money for creations because they realize they've been screwing people for so long and people are tired of it.
I'm just saying,
I mean,
there's certain green sites that give out better.
When the certain sites that are run by crypto,
certain green sites that give out great
run by crypto sites.
But the problem with those is they pay you in crypto, and that's just they give you NFTs, and then yeah.
Hey, long as it's not Crypto Zoo, I'll be fine.
I got paid in Dogecoin today.
Oh, what's wrong, Harry? Did you never get your refund either?
No, man. Get my Crypto Zoo refund. I just like it. How he keeps getting along with this scam. I just like. It's just it sucks. It sucks. The part of me that sucks about this is that one day I'll have to say President Logan Paul. That's the sucky thing about this. President Paul is going to, because he keeps scamming people. It's like he's going to do the Trump way. He's just going to keep going like Trump path, blaze the path, and I just have to go on it. Thanks.
See since he's in WWE now, you know how wrestlers are. He'll just get CTE and we'll be fine.
Oh, okay, all right, that should be fine.
I've always said that if I had no morals, no self-conscious, and I didn't care about anything, I could make a killing like these guys do, right? Because they just don't care, and it's like I'll just whatever it takes to get me money.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I know. I just don't have it.
It sucks that I'm not built that way. I'm built to be at least a little bit sane.
Yeah, just a little.
Tiniest bit empathetic.
Yeah, empathy is still. Well, it does feel like empathy at times is at a premium.
Yeah,
because some people just choose not to have it.
Yeah. The other cool thing with some of the Reddit stuff is like some of the Reddit alternatives or other things have been coming back and forth. I've seen a lot of people logging back into certain BBS boards that are still around. See a lot more engagement there. I can understand not wanting to because it's like you have to know what you're looking for, then find it. It's a little more difficult. And certain sites also, like I've seen more engagement there. People have gone back to certain Bluebird sites.
For now.
But that was a folly, clearly.
I mean, from what I've seen, I've definitely seen some more. I've since the blackout and stuff, I've seen more Tumblr posts posted places than I have before the blackout. So there's also that.
Cool. What's your Tumblr page?
I don't fucking have a Tumblr, sir. I don't have one.
Someone find Vincent. It's probably Vincent Cooper.
No, I'm like hidden deep down in the Tumblr lores.
It's probably like Vincent Edgelord, Dark Flame Master.
Back in my old used groups on Usenet.
Right, ready. Hey, I don't know how deep into the freaking Tumblr lore you are. It's like I was just gonna be like, oh yeah, it was HIV living. I don't know if you know about that.
No, man. I don't like. I didn't Tumblr. I'm sorry. I wasn't
dude. Basically, some person pretended to be some woman some white woman in college pretended to be a sex traffic Indian who had HIV.
Oh dear God.
Oh yeah.
See, only thing I used Tumblr for was the not safe for work stuff. And when that left, I was done with Tumblr. That's why I was there personally, because I love the respectable art pieces.
Right.
That's yeah. But anyway, so yeah, the blue site of the bird. So the blue site decided to, in order to stop also bots and third party people attacking the bird site, they decided to rate limit people's access to Twitter.
Oh yeah.
And everyone kept talking about this, and everyone was talking about it because, like, I didn't see what's going on, but I've got 4 Twitter accounts, and all in 4 different VMs for other reasons, because they do different things. Okay, all right. You know,
You segregate your stuff, yeah.
Yeah. One's on a Windows 10 VM on the West Coast. Okay, so you know that's the thing.
What one is your lewd one that you that you don't talk about?
That one's
Well, I've got like 7, but I don't. I got a lot of branding stuff that's sitting out there not doing anything.
Well, yeah, because apparently, like, someone got real upset because I was going like a little horny on Maine on Twitter, like, you can't do this. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm sorry. I'll make an alt account. My bad.
That's fine.
Ooh, I thought we were adults here.
I think the thing that makes this whole rate limit thing even worse is the fact that if you don't have it, if you're not logged in, you don't get to see anything. If you're not logged in at all,
they changed that. If you don't log into Twitter, you don't even see any threat. You have to log in now.
You have to.
There are other places that do that.
Yeah,
there are other services do that, but it's like, well, you got to log into Facebook in order to see any Facebook stuff. I'm like, yeah, but Twitter and Facebook are 2 completely different use cases.
Correct.
Right.
You know, if you're trying to turn Twitter into Facebook because you have some sort of weird, you know, Zuckerberg envy, you might want to check on that. But
yeah,
the fun part about all of this is that the scraping code went in, and what happened is that the clients and the websites and stuff, if they go to try to open up something and they were getting the message on the rate limit, originally it was just causing it to retry and retry and retry and retry to the point where it's actually DDoSing themselves worse than the scrapers were doing.
That's hilarious.
For those who don't know, the Twitter changed all this because they were tired of other websites coming through Twitter and taking information to do stuff. Scraping
so he
off
tried
of
to
there.
explain this is the best part. He tried to explain this and said, hey, look, this is the situation. I've got all these companies that are these third-party people who are scraping information off of Twitter. They're doing it badly. They're doing it aggressively, and it's causing horrible performance problems. What should I do? I mean, you don't like this solution. Give me some solutions I could do. And then it was responded to by somebody, and I don't remember his name, but I know he's a very famous and popular coder saying, hey, you know, maybe this and this and this. And Elon basically told him to shut the hell up. He didn't know what he's talking about. But what I found interesting is that my thought was, here's an idea. Is there some way that you could write some code that you could make public so that the people who are scraping your website could get access to the data they're trying to get in a much more controlled, sanitized way? We could call it, what could we call it? We could call it the some sort of alternate an API or something like that. An API call.
I have no idea.
Into your system. And it's like
sounds foreign. And
I don't know. According to Reddit, that's a bad thing. I don't want anything like that.
API, that sounds hacking. Are you hacking?
Which they turned off famously 6 months ago, right?
yeah.
API. That's why all
Oh,
these
yeah,
people
they
were
did.
scraping to begin with. It's like, gee, nobody saw this coming, did they? How could you possibly imagine that these people would still try to get the data that they were using before in some way and make it even worse for your website because you're not giving them a proper way to get the data?
Yeah, because the script I used to pull, like, so every time like Dear Leader always would tweet, I would just pull and throw it into the database, right? So I have like massive database of just his tweets because it's just text messages, right? You know, that's broken now; it doesn't work. Broken, but
I also like that he's trying to use it as like a shield of like, I'm doing it so the art can't be stolen by AI anymore. I was like, bro, shut the fuck up.
it's already stolen.
It's already gone.
Sorry, God, bro. It's already stolen. So you just trying to write new art? But yeah, there's other things that could go on for, like if we had some, that weird thing that Ryan Holmes was talking about, DPI call or something. Yeah, the API calls,
AFI call.
AFI calls, yeah, London calling or something. Or there could be some other ways to get doing this, but the main thing I was like, all this was going on, I didn't really care. I was more laughing at it because I'm not addicted to Twitter like everyone else is. That's all I saw. Blah 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 blah. It did bother Harry one iota. Harry did care. It was Saturday. And then Harry cared. So on Saturday afternoon, right? I was trying to participate into an event, and a very, very important event, right? And it happens once a year, and it's just going to be really big. And it happens on Twitter, okay? You need Twitter to get the event to work for you. This is the part where the podcast gets a little not safe for work. So if you have children you're listening, you may want to turn it down, skip to the next one, and I'll tell you when we get back, okay?
Let's put a banner at the bottom. Put a spoiler banner at the bottom.
Spoiler banner. But anyway, so these so for the adults in the room, there's this adult toy company called Love Ends, right? They make this amazing adult Bluetooth toy controlled by an app, and they decided to make this mass event where they connect all, like everyone can choose to connect and have all the devices connect to one.
That sounds scary.
So one time I saw it was like early in the morning before like the rate limit really started messing with people. It was like 10,000 people of toys connected, right? 10,000 accounts, right? I think it was a little inflated. Maybe it was just toys, but it's 10,000 connected. So I was like, that cannot be people. That's got to be toys. But the way the thing was going on is you tweet out hashtag their hashtag, right? You tweeted out the hashtag, right? It would send a point, like a small little 5-second vibration out to the ether to everyone connected to the trip. So you could just sit there and just keep doing it, right? So you just gotta keep making these tweets, doing like that. Rate limit.
They hit that limit that it stops us going.
This is fun. What is going on?
Oh, imagine that person that was just right there.
Oh yeah,
just right there.
It is. Yeah, the Discord channel's talking about like what is going on. Fun had by all up until a point.
Why am I not surprised you're in the Discord for sex toys?
Whoa! Adult toys.
Sorry. Why am I not surprised you're in
one
Discord for adult
we
toys?
talk about other things besides that. Okay, it's not that we just talk about this thing. Okay, all right. There is a Discord for that. It's like a reviewers channel, but like not in that. I just know it exists. I'm not in that Discord. I just know there's a Discord of that exists. A lot of different people, reviewers I do know from on Twitter or Instagram. They're in that Discord. I'm not in that Discord. I'm just in a different Discord that talks about this type of stuff. We're all adults and we like to communicate with each other. Okay. All right. We're adults here. So that's how I found out about the
You were just trying to unwind after a funeral.
Yeah.
And you just get
rate limited.
You just get C blocked by Twitter.
It wasn't like an amazing event though. The idea that you've gotten all these people, yeah, because it does sound scary. Like the idea of like, you know, like you're just giving it up to the ether, just like letting it go. But it was neat. It was it's a neat idea.
It's definitely one way to bond with other people.
Other people you do not know, can't see, but it's safe. You're sitting like, I don't know. You're sitting at home. You're alone. So it's and then you technically got to click on to give consent to the dang thing.
Of course,
so.
I do find it hilarious that's what upset you about this whole Twitter.
Yeah. That's got the jimmies not wrestled. Okay.
It's anti-rustling of the jimmies.
Yeah, the anti-wrestling of the jimmies. Yeah. So, yeah. I know, and they're gonna do it again next year. They're just gonna hopefully the rate limiting thing's not there. Hopefully, or they'll find a different way to do it. Because a lot of people have enjoyed because there's like a lot of discussions on it. Like this was kind of neat, especially with some of like the different tech that they have with it, because they do have integrations with certain different. They have made a Steam API, so you actually, which I didn't know. This is Steam API for it.
Well, yes. Whenever I play Doom, whenever I get a kill, it just shits a pulse through me every time.
Yeah. Well, sometimes you just like you need better bullet tracking. Okay, where you get hit at. Anyways,
when you feel the vibration, that's a headshot.
Yeah, it's a headshot. You really feel that thud of being shot.
Terrible.
You guys are like this.
Why are you like this?
Why am I like what?
Why are we like this?
Well, it is something. It is a corner of the internet that most people probably wasn't looking at. Yeah. I was looking at it like, hey, and spotting like, hey, this thing is going on. This thing is going on here. No one probably know about it, but this little thing. But it's probably other things going on the internet just like that. People in their small niche communities that this also infected. This is just this small niche community that I was in that it did affect.
There's plenty of smaller groups that only communicate through that kind of thing.
Correct. Yeah. And it's also sad that because I'm not going to be on the Twitter's dying bandwagon because I already was.
It's like, how am I getting on a bandwagon when I've been driving the truck the whole time?
Been on it like this thing is dying. Like if it wasn't for Donald Trump, this thing would have died years ago. Okay, all right, it died years ago, bro. But hey, that's the point. But yeah, all right. Ryan Holt apparently we just probably offended Ryan Holt's Mormon sensibilities.
He's looking up the company right now.
Yeah, he's trying to how do I get me one of these? I've got Bluetooth.
I've been ready for this.
Yeah. All right. So the other thing I want to talk about is let's move on to the next subject so you guys can listen back now. Turn it back on now. Is barbecue. So tomorrow is Secession Day. Happy Secession Day. This episode is being recorded on July 3rd, 2023. So tomorrow will be July 4th, 2023, aka Secession Day. Always remember, treason is the reason for the season. Happy Secession Day to you secessionists. Okay. What? That's what it is. I've been going around Indiana just talking about this. I went to our favorite coffee house and I stopped in our, like a favorite proprietor there, and I said that to him, and he stopped in his tracks and heard what I said. He was just like,
"What are you talking about,
Harry? You're right. I just don't like hearing it." I'm like, what? It's the truth. But anyways. I did want to bring up different barbecuing because there's this thing that's going on in my family chat right now. We're talking about it and we're making fun of our my older sister because her chick is still frozen. Yeah, your stuff better be defrost. You better get ready. I hope you got all your things ready to go for tomorrow. You know,
It's not a euphemism for anything, is it?
No, it's literally just
Literally
grilled.
a chicken, not for. Okay.
Yeah, she hasn't thawed out her chicken to put on the grill. This is legitimately
Wouldn't
just
putting it on the grill
insulting.
thawed out.
All right, Ryan. I don't know in your life experience how much dry chicken you've eaten, but that's gonna be some dry chicken. Dry.
Ryan, I don't want to insult your culture, but that's not how you do it.
It's gonna be some dry chicken, bro. But that's you do you, Reinhold. I don't want to
Right. I don't know how you want the
Put
seasoning
it on the
to
grill
stick
in
on
a pan,
frozen.
and all the frozen water droplets and everything will just keep it moist, right? And you throw a bunch of butter on it, you'll be good.
Oh, it better be a whole.
I'm
Just put it in the back. Just fry it in butter. How about
Yeah,
that?
that point. Just put it in the
throw
butter.
that. Do that.
Honestly, it is not. I do recommend that too. If you've never
Just-
done something like that before, it tastes really to fry something in just butter.
Butter chicken.
Where's Mudahar telling people to try everything besides butter chicken?
Ryan, hold on. I need you to go order those rocks real quick and just
Okay.
suck off all the flavoring off the rocks for us. Let us know if the rocks do actually add flavor, not just poverty.
Reinhold was like, "That's what I had in college."
I've got a ramen recipe for you guys. It's real good. Just get the beef flavored ramen and put in a lot of pepper and some A1 sauce. Good stuff.
All right, we're gonna let you have that recipe. I'm not gonna take it, but that is your recipe.
That is a recipe. At that point, just use the A1 sauce as the broth.
I pour all the water off of the ramen. I never eat the broth from the ramen. I add the A1 sauce in the beef packet.
Harry, can you
and some pepper.
ban this man? Can you put him in timeout, please? I need you to put him in timeout for like 5 minutes. It needs to be a timeout for like
I'm
5
removing
minutes.
his mod abilities from the Discord.
It's like, oh, I don't eat the broth. What? You know,
Oh,
the thing
yeah,
that makes it
noodles.
ramen?
The noodles make it ramen. It's the ramen noodles. It's not broth noodles. If I want broth, I got chicken stock in there and beef stock. I just put that in a bowl and eat that.
You put the ramen in the stock.
What? Oh my god! Oh my god!
What?
Oh my
Have you ever
god!
heard, you ever heard this thing? There's this one thing I grew up with. Now let me tell you. So I grew up with a family who's mostly German in history and lived through the Depression.
Don't bring the German people in this. They didn't.
There's two dishes. There's actually three dishes I grew up with that my wife thinks is the craziest stuff that she'd ever heard of, and how did it even come to be? One is called cousin chili, which is basically egg noodles, beef, onions, a can of pork and beans, and ketchup.
There's some flavor there. I see flavor. Okay, there's some flavor there.
The second one is called Kratzlies.
Mm-hmm.
Kratzlies are like a thin crepe.
Mm-hmm.
You put it in a bowl and tear it up, and you put in a can of tuna and a can of pork and beans. Eat it cold. The third thing is salmon patties, where you basically take salmon and crackers and make a patty out of it, and then you eat that.
That's good. That's good.
Now, there's one more, which is a delicacy for me that I crave constantly, that my mom used to make, that my grandmother taught her how to make, everything else. And they're called tuna burgers. It's basically like a tuna salad type of thing that you make with some tuna, onions, and celery and things like that. But you put it on a bun, you wrap it in full, and you put Velveeta cheese in it. You put it on a bun, you wrap it in aluminum foil, and you bake it. So when it comes out, it's all gooey and it's so good. Those are my growing up meals that we used to have.
That's fine, but let's not distract how you how
Our
you're
viewers
willing
dropped a
to
1.
destroy.
Okay, I want you to know that right now. The viewership dropped to 1. We went to from 5 to
I'm
1.
on camera. Of course it did. There's nothing we can do about that.
Well,
It's just the
but let's-
reality of
let's not
what we're
ignore the
doing.
fact of you destroying ramen. Okay?
No, I improved ramen. I
There-
made ramen awesome.
You
You
did
haven't
not
tried it. You
improve,
don't
sir.
know. It
You
is
did not
good that way.
improve ramen.
Oh yes.
Japan's just wrong. They're just wrong.
Like, oh
First
yeah,
step
the people who
ramen,
made it. Yeah, no.
Put some A1 sauce. Oh, a lot of pepper. Make that thing spicy. It's like eating pepper steak. It tastes great.
Just eat peppered steak.
Try
Right.
it one time. Yeah, pepper steak costs how much? Ramen's 30 cents.
All right, no, right, hold. You were wrong.
There's a difference between
Until
that
you try it,
and
you
ramen.
can't say.
Crime. This is crime. This is why the Japanese hates us. This right here. This right here.
Yeah,
This
it's like
This is why they won't let us immigrate to the country. This is why. This right here.
see that's why we can't have nice things in America. That's why we can't have udon over here because people
Okay.
do stupid shit to udon, and you know it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I just put the udon in a bun and put a hot dog around it. I don't know, man. I'm like,
No.
why? Why you do
If it's something
Fun.
that's going to cost you more than 20 cents or 30 cents to freaking make, that's different. But I'm talking about just something quick, cheap, and tastes good. That's all I care about. I used to get yelled at because I like sushi with rice that is not considered sushi rice.
Oh, don't
There
tell
was a
me you
guy.
used to-
There was a guy in India.
No,
No, there's a guy in India. He used to do
no.
sushi. He's from the old country. He's really good. And he did sushi, and it was bigger and fluffier rices,
Mhm.
whatever. And it just melted when you ate it. It tasted great. But then this friend of mine who's like, "That's not really sushi because that's not the right rice." And I'm like, "It tastes great. What are you talking about? What do you care? If it tastes good, go with it."
Maybe in Korea. Okay. All right. That'll fly in Korea.
for Japan? Japan,
I mean, I sit there- I
especially
love
a lot of
Indian
the foods
food.
there.
I love
Or
Indian food,
about
but you know,
tradition.
Indian food's not really Indian food, right? It's just European. It's English takes on old Indian food. Chicken tikka masala was invented in England.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, that doesn't even sound like an Indian dish. Indian dish have like names of like and it looks like baby diaper, but it tastes amazing.
Tikka masala is an Indian word. Masala is an Indian spice. It's good stuff. But I'm just saying
Yeah.
it was invented somewhere else. But then
Yeah.
you've got Northern Indian and Southern Indian. You got all these people saying like Mexican. You've got Mexican that's you're used to, but then there's Mexican that's on the coast. And that's a lot of fish-based stuff. And people are like, oh, it's not real Mexican. It's people just get all up in their own butts about that sort of thing, man. If it tastes good, eat it. That's what I say.
This is why people hate Americans right here.
Yeah.
This is
It's like,
just
I'm
right
thinking, it's
here.
like you do realize that when it comes to Japan, they like to do things it's all about tradition.
Mhm.
And the way they
I'm not
make
Japanese.
ramen
I'm not
is
in Japan.
traditional.
I'm going with what I like. I'm not
Okay.
going to follow
Traditional
their
way to eat
traditions. Why would I do that?
It's fine. It's fine. Right, you know what? All food's valid except that ramen noodle thing. I will allow
Try it. It's 30 cents, try it.
your jasmine rice sushi that you made. Okay, I'll allow that.
The name of the place was called Maniki Nico. It was awesome Japanese restaurant, and we knew the owners. We used to talk to them all the time. It was a great place, and then
It's fine.
they shut down during the pandemic. So
All right, it's fine.
it's a
Fine.
shame.
We'll allow that. With
They
the
had a
ramen-
seared ahi tuna that my wife loved.
with that ramen. No, bro. That's all.
Oh, seriously, try it.
All right, back to the barbecue.
One time.
Can we talk about the
Try it. You don't like it? Don't ever eat it again.
cursed food? Right, hold. This is cursed. This is
See, it hurts me because I
Look,
know what my
with
meals for the
inflation
week
the
are.
way it is, and us entering into an unknown phase of economics, and now us having to pay back student loans that we didn't hoping we wouldn't have to pay back, and I got to start paying those again. I got to
Good.
start looking at ways to cut money.
Who has
A
student
30-cent
loans?
meal is a good way to do that. So I'm trying
Harry-
to say there's a
Harry, do you have
30-cent meal
student
out there
loans?
that you can have that tastes good.
Yeah, because like when I did go to WGU for the bid, I instead of paying off the $5,000, I took the $5,000 to go do other things. That's sitting in a high yield savings account. So now I just got to like take the money out of that to pay the
It paid off. Yeah.
pay it. Which it did grow actually. Like I made money in the last few years, which sucks because I was hoping it would just keep delayed because while interest rates keep going up, I was just gonna go like buy some bonds.
Yeah, interest rate keep going up. You get more money off of it. Yeah. And we're not paying interest on the student loans yet until September, it looks like.
I know. So, damn. But no, yeah.
If I'm having ramen, if I need to have ramen, I'm splurging to get the nice quality broth to put with the ramen noodles. I mean, come on.
You're missing out.
I bet he doesn't even slurp his noodles. I bet he doesn't.
Yeah, I bet you'd chop. I bet you like chew it.
You know what's worse? You know what's worse? I bet you right now I can make you all have a freaking heart attack.
Probably break them. It doesn't surprise me.
The packet that I get, I crumble it all up into little pieces first.
Yep.
Then put it in the water to boil.
That doesn't. I don't cringe because I understand. Because I've seen people that just put the seasoning packet in the dry ramen and eat the dry ramen that way.
Okay, I've seen that. But they're usually like ghetto people. They know nothing of what they're doing.
Exactly. So for me, that man knows better. That man knows better.
Well, you come back on here and apologize. You can apologize.
You see the videos out there where the woman is married to the Italian guy.
Oh yeah, the Italian guy.
And she's like, I'm gonna put the noodles into here, and she starts to break it. He's like, ah!
Yeah. My wife used to do that, right? And when she used to ask me, like, how do I do? I was like, well, I said it jokingly, just throw it on the wall, see if it sticks. She freaking did it. I was like, oh, God, no.
What is al dente? I don't know what that means. Let's cook it till it's nice and soft.
That's what al dente means.
And I was just like, oh, man. No.
I had to do that with spaghetti when I was making spaghetti for my wife because she was going through chemo and she couldn't handle, like, she had her teeth taken out.
All right, I'll allow that.
So she couldn't chew long noodle things. I was trying to break them up so she could still eat the spaghetti in little pieces that weren't too hard for her.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of got in the habit of doing it, and I hadn't stopped.
Wow, so this episode is Reinhold's bad food takes.
So low key, banned from Japan, banned from Italy,
banned from India.
I know, banned from India now. Welcome in Korea.
But only because Harry can drink most people under the table.
Yeah, barely. Yeah, only because I can drink with them. Yeah. All right.
So barbecue.
Oh my God.
Well, until Reinhold ruined it by talking about his shitty food takes.
You know, I was going to try to talk about like good ways to up seasoning. Like, all right, so in a pinch, God, this is just like awful. I don't even know where to start now. Like, but I was trying to give like some good temple tips. Like in a pinch, great binders that you have around your house. Yellow mustard, just plain yellow mustard or just mustard period, Dijon, any type of mustard you've had. Great. I've had some really great binders with like very cheap honey mustard from Meyer. It's so honey and vinegary, but so it makes this really amazing great binder on it because like all the honey really caramelizes, it makes a really good bar, especially put some pepper over it. Also for seasoning, if you don't know what if you're scared to experiment, there's nothing wrong with 2-to-1 salt pepper mix. There's nothing wrong with that. Mixing it together, make sure your shaker's big enough, and also remember, don't rub the dry, like the seasoning rub. You can rub the binder on, like the mustard. You can rub that, but you want to shake that stuff like that.
It's
also, if you don't,
rub.
Yeah,
you're supposed to rub with it.
No. Also, the other thing is you want to do is if you have time tonight, you really want to like put the rub on your meat tonight and let it sit overnight. So if you got ribs,
everybody rub your meat tonight.
Yes, before you go to bed, just get a good rub on it. Okay, all right. Well, after this, I've got like,
and you need some sauce to come on it too. So right, so.
Oh yeah,
Harry has like an hour of prep he still needs to go do.
Correct. I'm gonna sit there in the kitchen with my wife. We're gonna rub meat until about 11 o'clock. Okay, and then I'm probably gonna pass out.
Make sure you get a cigarette in if you're at the end of that.
Yeah. And if you don't have good dry ingredients, remember, like onion powder and garlic, that's all just dried garlic and onion. If you have fresh garlic and onion, throw it on top. Let it cook on top. It's nothing wrong with that, especially if you cut it up into little pieces, stuff like that. Open up some of the canned fruit that you have. Great stuff. It's amazing things. Experiment. Have some fun with your barbecue out there. The only rule is, have fun and no electric grills. Okay.
So have fun and enjoy it if it tastes good, right?
Unless it's that ramen crap that Ryan was talking about. That's not valid. That's just not valid. Or like brick.
I bet Reinhold cooks pizza rolls in the microwave.
Oh God.
I have a microwave specifically for pizza rolls. Yes. It has a pizza roll button that detects it based off the steam let off. That knows when it's done. It's automated. I don't have to put in timing or anything. It's always perfect. And of course, I get the White Castle pizza rolls. So
you probably get like the name brand the store brand pizza snacks.
Did you eat the White Castle ones?
Yeah, I did try them. I bought one bag of them.
There's still a lot.
They're nasty.
Yeah, not surprised.
They're not as nasty as I expected, but they're still not the best thing in the world.
Did they satisfy a White Castle crave at least?
No.
Oh, okay.
Although I have to tell you, the last few times I've gone to White Castle, it hasn't satisfied the crave either because they're doing something and it's sucking now.
There's something different that they're doing.
They're cooking it in some sort of grease or something that's just not. It's tasting terrible.
They're not using the right onions or something.
I don't know what it is.
It makes me want to go get like one of those flat top Blackstones and just do it myself.
Yeah, I don't want White Castle. I used to crave going to White Castle late at night. You're in the mood and you just go, I just want to go to White Castle. I don't want anymore. For a while they were doing great because they were giving you the ability to use ghost pepper cheese or jalapeno cheese instead of regular American cheese, and that was really good. And then for some reason they got rid of the ghost pepper. They still have the jalapeno, but now they're not tasting good anymore. They taste like there's like soggy, gooey crap now. I don't know what they did.
I loved going because I used to go to White Castle after goth night. That was my thing, dude. Like after goth night, sit there in the window, Yeah,
I've got a friend of mine who's a comedian.
Because like my wife is driving, and I try to reach over her so I can order.
I had a friend of mine who's a comedian. He lived out in California a lot. He would travel around, but whenever he came into town, it's like I gotta go get White Castle. First thing he would do off the plane, I had to take him to White Castle.
I just thought about it. I think the last fast food place I went to was Culver's, and that was like 3 months ago.
Good.
And then before that, I don't even know.
Good.
But it's also the lizard part of my brain is those lines are too long for how low quality the food's going to be. Might as well go buy something myself.
Okay, yeah, that's my only like thing. Like when going to any fast food restaurant, like how long is that line? I'm good. That's too low quality.
Right? People are like, oh, I'm going to McDonald's get this grimace. I was like, I'm not gonna go to McDonald's. You know how long those fucking lines are.
So you order on the app now. You order on the app. You pull around. You sit in that spot, and they have to come out to you and bring it to you.
Yeah, producer Paul had the Grimace Shake. That's why I haven't seen him on Discord for a while.
Yeah, Grimace Shake is electricity.
Sure. Yeah, but it's because of the power. Instead of dying, dying was too easy for him, so they took his
I live
power
out in the country, and I lost power, but I had my power back on like at 8 o'clock that night.
Yeah,
it took him 4 days.
He was down 4 days, and I had mine the entire time.
Studio still has power. The studio still has power. Servers are up and running. Yeah,
I was memeing on him at first, and then it was just sad.
Yeah,
because he just built a computer.
Yeah,
and he didn't get a chance to fully get it done.
Oh, jeez,
I know, right? Yeah. God. All right. Well, this episode's getting super long in the tooth, and I've got some meat rubbing to get to. So
I got to make some ramen for dinner.
God.
Don't worry, I'm doing that tomorrow. But I actually am using broth and ramen and putting pork in it and stuff.
Get 2 things of ramen. Get 2 blocks of ramen and just make one the way I said, and then try it. You don't have to finish.
I refuse.
I'll give you $1
because because your way involves crushing them to nothing.
You don't have to crush it the way I do it. You can do it the way you want with the full noodles. That's fine. I just do it that way so it's easier to spoon it up when I eat it. That's all.
Because you went to prison? Is this because you made this in prison? Is this what? But I will try it your way if you also try it my way. You tried the Bulldog 2 times hot.
The what?
The Bulldog 2 times hot ramen.
I haven't had it, but if it's hot, I'll take it. I've been trying to find something with enough spice. I went and got Indian tonight, and I tell the Indian guy, make it as hot as you can make it. And I come home, and it's like drinking soup. And I'm like, come on, I need spice. Your guys aren't giving me spice because they see a white guy and think he can't handle it.
I got some. If you like spice, I've got a lot of places to take you. I got this Thai place that will make you regret.
Oh, I love Thai.
It was so like, it's like beyond Thai hot.
Oh yeah. When I go, I went to a place in Spencer. It was a Thai place in Spencer, and which is like the whitest little town around here. Anyway,
can confirm.
And there was a Thai place there. And I was like, okay, let's try it out. So I go in there and I ordered tom yum soup, and I said, hey, can I have some spice? Make it spicy. And he's like, well, how spicy? I was like, as spicy as you can make it. And he's like, no, you don't want it. I'm like, yeah, I want it as spicy as you can make it. He's like, here's what I'll do. I'll give you the soup, and then I'll bring out the spice in a little thing, and you put how much you want in there. I said, okay, that's fine. So he brings it out, and he brings out the little thing of spices. And I took the thing and I went, boom, dumped it all in. His eyes went like that. And I ate it. And I'm like, I could use some more if you want to get another cup. This guy was flipping out, had no clue what he was dealing with.
All right. Well,
if I'm not crying and my nose running, it's not hot enough.
See, then you could probably survive the 2X Bulldog hot.
Yeah, and then you have
I'll
to
probably
drink the
be
broth.
asking for
And you
some
have to
Tabasco
drink the
sauce, but
broth.
Yeah, you have to drink the broth. You sack of crap. Put some.
Hey, and it's gonna be full noodles because we refuse to let you break those.
Oh yeah, full noodles.
I'll eat it that way. I just when I'm talking about what I do with that is I like the taste. It's easy to make and it's easy to eat because I can have this just a spoon and I can just spoon it up and it's good.
I do like to stir fry the noodles.
I
and
eat
put it back
udon.
in
I eat tom yum. I eat all the other stuff that's made. I like that stuff. That's what I'm saying. I don't.
Yeah.
I'm not opposed to having the broth and the noodles and all that stuff. I just for convenience.
Clearly opposed. Anyways, thank you for everyone for listening to this episode. We crossed the gambit of everything like that. So and if you made it this far in an episode, thank you. You're a true fan. But don't forget, this is a live show recorded at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Mondays. If there's regarding any thickness or stuff like that, please come watch us on twitch.tv / we are libertarians, that's letter R, and then on youtube.com / we are libertarians. Come hang out with us, come see the low key crew, hang out with us on a Monday night, have some fun with us. We have a lot of interactions with the chat. These aren't super chats, they're not people paying us money. These are just fans of the show that come down hanging out on a Monday night. So you too can come hanging out with us, have some fun with us live. We do appreciate you listening to this in the podcast, especially if you've gotten this far in an episode of a live taping. Thank you. We appreciate it. You've been listening to anything else in the world, but you decided to listen to this. Thank you. Well, yeah. So you guys want to say anything else? I said my little spiel. I'm gonna end the show.
Witch of Mercury is done, so you should go watch it.
Oh yeah. Is that Italy?
Somebody's calling from Japan. I don't know what they're.
Yeah, there it is.
I'll have to take this here in a minute.
Japan wants their noodles back.
They're revoking your ramen privileges. You get ID'd every time you go to buy ramen. No, you're not allowed. Put it back. Put it back.
Out. You go jail.
And the show before it get too bad. All right. Thank you, everybody. Bye. Say goodbye.
Goodbye.